In the vast and unforgiving wilderness of Africa, life exists on a fragile edge. Every sunrise marks the beginning of another silent struggle. A struggle not for dominance, not for pride, but for survival. Here, survival is the only law that truly matters. High above the savanna, where the wind moves freely and the sky stretches endlessly, a powerful predator rules the air. The eagle, a symbol of strength and precision, is often seen as the master of the skies. But today, the eagle is not hunted. Today it is protecting something far more important than food, its young. Hidden within a nest perched high above the ground, fragile lives wait in silence. Newly born and defenseless, they depend entirely on the watchful eyes and unwavering courage of their parent. In the wild, a nest is more than a home. It is a fortress, a cradle of the next generation, and sometimes the last line of defense between life and extinction. But the African wilderness never sleeps. Old below, on the dry and dusty earth, another survivor roams. The hyena is often misunderstood, not merely a scavenger, but a highly intelligent and relentless predator. In a land where food is never guaranteed, opportunity is everything. A single mistake by another animal can mean the difference between hunger and survival. To the hyena, every possible meal is a chance to live another day. In nature, there are no villains and no heroes. There are only creatures driven by instinct, and each fighting for the same simple purpose: to stay alive. The eagle and the hyena represent two very different worlds, one ruling the sky, the other mastering the ground. Yet, in moments like these, their paths inevitably cross, not because they hate one another, but because the brutal balance of nature forces them together. For the eagle, this moment is about protection. For the hyena, it is about opportunity. Across Africa's harsh landscapes, countless battles like this unfold every day, and unseen and unheard by most of the world. They are not fought for glory or territory, but for something far more fundamental: the continuation of life itself. The wilderness does not reward weakness. It tests every creature with hunger, danger, and relentless uncertainty. Only those willing to fight, endure, and adapt can hope to survive. Yet even in such a ruthless world, there is something remarkable about the instinct to protect the next generation. Across species and across continents, the drive to defend one's young is among the strongest forces in nature. It turns fear into courage. It turns survival into sacrifice. And sometimes, it turns even the most peaceful creature into a fierce defender. The eagle, normally a silent hunter of the skies, now faces a challenge that cannot simply be avoided. The safety of the nest, the future of its bloodline, hangs in the balance. Meanwhile, the hyena follows the same ancient code written into every predator's instincts. Never ignore a rare opportunity. Neither animal is cruel, neither is wrong. They are simply playing their roles in the timeless theater of the wild. For millions of years, the African wilderness has shaped creatures into survivors through hardship and conflict. Each encounter, each test of strength or endurance, is part of a delicate balance that keeps the ecosystem alive. Predator and protector, white hunter and guardian. Opportunity and resistance. This is the rhythm of the wild. For the young waiting silently above, the outcome of such moments determines everything. Their future depends entirely on the strength, vigilance, and determination of the one who guards them. Because in the wilderness, survival is never guaranteed. It must be defended, it must be earned, and sometimes it must be fought for with every ounce of strength a creature possesses. As this is the harsh reality of life in Africa's untamed lands, a place where beauty and brutality exist side by side, and where every creature, great or small, must face the same ultimate challenge: to survive long enough to give the next generation a chance to live. Across the vast savannas of Africa, survival is never a simple matter of strength. It is a constant negotiation between hunger, risk, and opportunity. Every predator that walks these lands must face the same harsh reality: food is scarce, and competition is relentless. In this unforgiving world, even the most skilled hunters rarely eat in peace. As the sun begins to sink toward the horizon, the golden grasslands glow with the fading light of day. Somewhere within this sea of grass, a solitary leopard has achieved what many predators fail to do. Through patience, silence, and perfect timing, it has secured a hard-earned kill. For a lone hunter, this moment should mean relief. But in Africa, success can also attract danger. The scent of fresh prey drifts slowly across the dry air, carried by the evening wind. To most animals, it is simply another smell of the wilderness. But to hyenas, it is a signal, a message written in the language of survival. And hyenas are always listening. Unlike the leopard, which hunts alone and relies on stealth, hyenas thrive through cooperation. They move across the land in clans, communicating, observing, and constantly searching for opportunity. Their reputation as scavengers often overshadows a simple truth. Hyenas are among the most intelligent and determined predators on the continent. For them, every opportunity must be tested. When one hyena discovers the scent of a kill, it rarely keeps the information to itself. Soon, others begin to gather. One by one, shadows appear at the edges of the grasslands. What begins as curiosity quickly grows into collective interest. Because in the wild, numbers can change everything. The leopard understands this reality better than most. Though solitary by nature, it is one of the most powerful predators relative to its size. With muscular limbs and razor-sharp instincts, it is capable of defending itself against formidable opponents, but strength alone does not always guarantee victory. Hyenas rely on persistence. They test boundaries, circle cautiously, and apply constant pressure. Rarely do they rush blindly into conflict. Instead, they observe, waiting for weakness, waiting for hesitation. This is the strategy that has allowed them to survive in one of the most competitive ecosystems on Earth. For the leopard, the situation becomes increasingly dangerous as more hyenas arrive. Each additional rival shifts the balance slightly further away from the solitary hunter. Yet, retreat is not an easy decision. A successful hunt requires enormous energy. Hours of stalking, waiting, and sudden bursts of explosive speed all lead to this one reward. To abandon it means starting the long and uncertain process again. But holding on to it may come at an even greater cost. In the African wilderness, yes, conflicts like these are common. They are not battles fueled by anger or hatred, but by necessity. Every predator faces moments when it must decide whether to fight, defend, or walk away. For the hyenas, persistence is their greatest weapon. For the leopard, courage and calculated resistance may be the only way to protect what it has earned. Across the savanna, this silent tension reflects a deeper truth about the natural world. Survival is rarely determined by a single trait. It is shaped by a complex balance of strength, intelligence, cooperation, and timing. Sometimes the solitary hunter prevails. Sometimes the power of the group proves unstoppable. But regardless of the outcome, the wilderness continues its endless cycle. Because in Africa, every meal, every confrontation, and every decision carries the same underlying purpose: the relentless struggle to survive another day.